Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the Aussiedoodle and which people this dog is the right option for. Since I have one myself, I have a pretty good idea what they are like. You can see my Aussiedoodle Teddy right here. So let's get started. First, Aussiedoodles have a lot of energy. I personally didn't know that they had this much energy when I first got one, but they want to constantly be doing things because they're a descendant from the Australian Shepherd, which you might know. A shepherd is used to herd sheep and run around all day and have something to do, which can also be that your Aussiedoodle might have the same trait, that he wants to be doing something the whole time and have action going on, which can be hard for people that have never had a high energy dog before, because you need to be, doing something with him all day long, be engaged with him, go hiking or biking or just anything outside, because they absolutely love being outside. Even if they're not doing anything, they'll just, he will just lay outside in the garden and enjoy the sun and, watch the birds or just, sleep in the grass or do anything really. Yeah. But you can also, if you don't want to do lots of sports with him, which you still should be doing, you can take him to, puppy school or a dog park so you can meet other dogs and socialize your dog well. You can teach your puppy lots of tricks, which the Australian Shepherd is very intelligent, and the Poodle as well, meaning that the Aussiedoodle is extremely intelligent. As you can see, you can teach him whatever you want. Good paw. Good job, other one. Good job. You can really teach them an infinite amount of tricks, which personally I really like, because my first dog that we got when I was about 8 is a Yorkshire Terrier, and even though you can still teach him quite a lot, you can't really teach him that many things because he just sometimes won't understand. But he learns very, very quickly. You can teach him a trick within a day or even shorter, a few hours, which I think is amazing because I love being engaged with my dog. He's trying to get more treats from me. And also because they're so intelligent, they sometimes try to trick you, which may not be something that you want as a first-time dog owner. Sometimes outside, for example, he might dig a hole when I wasn't watching him properly, and then when I come back to check on him, he might lay on top of the hole and be like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't dig a hole, no. And then I come, and of course I can see the hole anyway, because it's pretty obvious that he's lying on it, but he's trying to out-trick you by lying on top of it and things like that. Or when he's just doing anything that he knows he's not supposed to do, like chew on the wall or chew on any furniture really, and he notices that I'm watching, that I'm looking at him, he immediately stops, because he knows he's not supposed to do that. I don't even have to say anything to him, he's just going to stop anyway. So that may not be ideal for you if you are a first-time parent of a little doggy. But if you have more experience and you like training dogs like I love to do, then this might be a good option for you. And then the next thing is, these dogs love being with their owners, and Teddy, he is very bonded to me because I was the one who raised him the first few weeks that he was here. I got him with 9 weeks. And I was the one that took him out at 5 in the morning to pee, and I fed him, and, I made sure that he wasn't chewing on anything dangerous or anything like that. So now he's very bonded to me. And even though my family is always around, he's also happy when anyone from my family gets home. But always when I come home, or if I'm with my family, he'd always come to me as his, main owner and guardian. And he also likes following me around the house if he can. And some people, say that Aussiedoodles, because of the Australian Shepherds, are prone to separation anxiety, which they are. But, of course, you can train him not to be scared when you're away, or that's no big deal, if you go to the other room or, you go to pee, that you'll be back and it's fine, it's no problem, you'll come back, you're not leaving him. Then it's really not a big issue. The only thing they really do is they get upset when you leave the room without them, because you're the member of the pack and then they want to be with you. They don't want you to go without them. But if you leave the house and leave him here in his crate or anywhere really, then they're not gonna cry the whole time. They're most likely just gonna be fine. I've heard this from many Aussiedoodle owners or Aussie owners that say that, it's fine when you go and you're gone. You can give your puppy, or your dog a treat so that they're occupied when you leave the first few times, and then they're not gonna cry when you're gone, most likely. But they're gonna be upset if you're home and they know you're home and you're not with them, or you're next room, or you're, just gone for a few minutes. That's when they get upset, because they know you're there and they want to come with. Then the next thing about the Aussiedoodle is that you have to be like to be very engaged with your dog and always be with your dog, be close to your dog, because they like being close to you as well. If you want a dog that doesn't, come up to you and cuddle you, which I want a dog that's always with me, close to me, lying at my feet, or things like that, then the Aussiedoodle is right for you, because they get very bonded with their owners. But if you'd rather have a dog that, just follows you into the same room but doesn't come close to you and sits in your lap, things like that, then another dog might be right for you. For example, my Yorkshire Terrier and they're very different in terms of that. My Yorkshire Terrier, he'd follow me into the room that I'm in, but he wouldn't try to get close to me, like lie at my feet. He'd just be fine with following me into the same room, and that's it. But Teddy here, he'd always want to be close to me if I'm outside or wherever I am, not just being in the same room, but really being like having body contact with me. Yeah. What else? The next thing that I'd say, if you have a big yard or a big garden, then the Aussiedoodle is probably a good option for you, because they love, roaming around and running around outside and playing in the garden and things like that. And things like that. But if you're living in an apartment or, somewhere in the city, then it might be more of a challenge to get your puppy enough exercise, get them out enough, because they need a lot of exercise because they're high energy dogs. So if you can take them hiking or biking in the city or on long walks, then that should be fine. But it's really a bigger, what are you doing? It's really more work if you're living in the city and want an Aussiedoodle, because you have to take them down the stairs, bring them outside and get dressed, and then go for a walk or go biking or whatever, or drive outside the city to go hiking or things like that. But if you have a big garden that your dog can run around in, you can literally just, in the morning, in your pajamas, open the door, let the dog out, let him play, and throw a few toys, but it's really easy that way to get him lots of, you know, exercise, and you can also let him out to pee and whatever. So that's pretty easy if you have a big garden that they can play in and just be outside, because as I said, they love being outside. So if you have a garden, that's beneficial for getting an Aussiedoodle. And as you can see now, he's looking for something to do, because I'm not very interesting right now. He's trying to find something to do himself. So if that's something you cannot deal with, then the Aussiedoodle might not be right for you. But if that's something that's no problem for you, and you know you can find something to do with your dog, then you should be fine. Teddy, come here. What are you doing? Are you trying to leave? Yeah, and you should also try to get your Aussiedoodle socialized very well when he's still young, and also start training right away, because they are so intelligent, they can tend to be stubborn. Teddy! Teddy! Come here! Like I said, their intelligence tends to show in stubbornness. Meaning that they try to challenge you on purpose, and if you set a rule, like a rule we have here is that he's not allowed to go up the stairs, because upstairs is the space of my other dog, so he can have his peace, because he's still a puppy and sometimes doesn't get boundaries, so he's not allowed to go upstairs. And sometimes when I'm not watching, but I actually am, I'm just doing something else at the same time, he might think, oh, she's not watching me, I'm gonna try to go upstairs. So he might go up 1 or 2 stairs and then look if I'm gonna say anything, and if I say no, he's probably gonna go 1 more to see if I really meant it, and then if I say no again, he's gonna go down and understand and be like, okay, yeah, I'm not allowed to do that. What are you doing? Yeah, like I said, now that I'm not doing anything with him, he's trying to find something to do himself. And yeah, he just made it onto the couch. What are you doing up here? You're not allowed to go in here. Come here. Yeah, and as you can see, he's a blue merle Aussiedoodle, which is the color of his coat. Whoop! What are you doing? Go down. Whoops. Yeah, a great thing about them is they come in lots and lots of colors. Going from, you know, just black, or the blue merle, or the red merle, and brown, and there's really no ending to the amount of colors they can have. And they all look gorgeous in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna let you out. Okay, that's my cue. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you're getting a puppy, you can check out my puppy crash course. I'll link it in the description below, and bye!